And intro. Man, we made it. 4 years, not 3, like I had thought prior. Thought it was 4. Thought it was 3. Thought it was 3. Seriously, I'm getting old.
Oh, that happens.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's got a lot to do with, the fact that I drank a lot during season 3.
And the fact that
and season 2.
And season 2.
Season 1.
Oh God, season 1, Jesus.
For the show.
Pretty much the entire last 3 years have been a huge blur. And I came out of it was a good blur. I came out of the other side. I'm feeling great, healthy, lost some weight. Yeah, so it's pretty good. Glad we finally made it to the 4th season. I think we're officially the longest running FGC podcast ever.
What an accomplishment.
I mean,
yeah right.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Consistency, baby.
When the FGC eventually outgrows esports, it will be an accomplishment, baby.
When's that going to happen, man? 20XX?
Hey.
20XX.
Our
21XX?
Our positions will be etched in stone.
There you go. You'll
like
be
literally
fucking,
stone. They'll think
Ozymanthus with your fucking stone tablet.
Exactly, right? They're like, wow, these cavemen, they use the internet to broadcast?
What's an internet?
The internet. Like, I think that's like one of those things that they use to, like, look at dirty pictures before they had, like mind quads in your brain. You can just think about it.
Playing Honey Pop,
Honey Pop. Just play Honey Pop in your brain. Isn't that like the eventual, evolution of all technology where, eventually you don't even need an apparatus. It's just in your brain, so you just have to think. But if you think about it, it's like, I could just think right now.
Bring up this Johnny Mnemonic bullshit. Do we really need to do this?
All right. It's about the 4th year. It's about the anniversary. It's not about my paranoid ramblings.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Because every other episode is about your paranoid ramblings.
Isn't that what the show's about? Yeah.
I mean, to some large extent, I think it has to be about that, right?
What, are you telling me I'm like the freaking, what's his name? I'm the freaking InfoWars of the FGC?
No, you're actually the Ancient Aliens guys.
Oh, okay, cool. I like those
you got
guys.
You got the crazy hair, and you just sit there and you're like, aliens.
Aliens.
I thought that was
top tier
Anthony,
Joe players.
because all Anthony does is talk about aliens, so...
Who is InfoWars of FGC? That's an interesting
question.
question.
Who is the Alex... who's the Glenn Beck?
Who's the Glenn
Beck? That's Hanzo.
Yeah. If I was a little bit more outspoken, I guess, which is crazy.
Yeah. No, Hanzo can't be Alex Jones.
If you took the brakes off, you would definitely be the FGC Glenn Beck.
2012 Hanzo.
Yeah, totally.
I'm
about to say, what are you talking about? We've seen this in action. And we were just like, God, this guy's just like Glenn Beck.
When chill was not even in Hanzo's vocabulary.
Yeah, there's no chill.
Zero chill. Okay, we don't need an Alex Jones anyway.
That's true, we don't.
No. But, no, it's good. This is an anniversary special, but this is still an episode, and there's a lot of things going on. We just had the NCR announce the registration.
Half the cast is missing. It's crazy.
Yeah, half the cast is missing. I can't depend on anybody but you guys and Hanzo Gonzo, apparently.
Man, boy, you're shit out of luck, aren't you?
Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, hey, guys, real important episode coming up. I've been talking about it since last Thursday. Nobody's showing up. Okay, cool.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye. Yeah. Just doing it on my own. No, I want to just, they'll be here eventually, and when they get here, I'll do the mushy shit for them. But first, I just want to get it out the way that I'm extremely proud to be sharing these mics with the people that are on this show every week. Well, pretty much damn near every week.
We try at least.
I think we do better than most people. We do almost as good as Raw, so.
Hey.
We're on. Hey, weather doesn't affect us.
That is very true.
We're on more frequently than Ultra Chen still.
I think fucking everyone's on more frequently. These fucking canceled TV shows are better track of everything.
He's saying the Fray beats Ultra Chin?
Yeah. No. That's tough though.
That is tough. I think they're the same show, literally. They just,
I feel like the Frey is in some sort of suspended animation. It just gets brought out of the freezer every, like every 50 years or something like that.
You telling me
The Frey just kind of shambles back to life to say something important and then just disappears again.
It's fucking Demolition Man.
I can
It really
pinpoint the moment where the Frey jumped the shark, and it was when everyone but me, for some odd reason, called Nemo a rising star, and my head fucking exploded. And I was
Hey! I went with I think it was that Cloud Kid. I forgot.
No, you had a KOF guy.
Who did you say was a rising star?
Oh, it was a long time ago. I forget.
It upset me because no one knew who Nemo was. And then I tried explaining
that
who
was
he
that was kind of annoying when people were like, "Wow, this Nemo kid's gonna go places," and I'm like, what?
You're like, he's been around. You missed that. I don't know if you guys have heard of a little game called Guilty Gear.
Gear
existed for a decade already. Maybe you've heard of it.
You know what's weird about that? That's always the issue where people are just all like, "He's been around forever. What did he play before?" It's always Guilty Gear.
Look,
there's pretty big truth to that.
No, hold on. When
Or
Fudo won Street Fighter 4 that one year.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my God, this guy, he came out of nowhere to win. Guys, he's a really good Virtual Fighter player.
That's true.
Yeah.
And when I say really good, I mean no one in the world is beating him outside of maybe one person.
Yeah.
And, oh no, but Virtual Fighter's a different game. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a different game. That's why we're here.
It pissed me off. I wrote an article for it, and people bashed me, saying "Oh, you can't compare how good someone is in Virtual Fighter to how good someone is in Street Fighter 4." It does. Apparently, being good in one game can transfer to another. If you're a good player, you can't take that. You can't take your skills to a different game. You can't be LeBron James and take your skills to Miami. It doesn't work.
Damn, really?
No, apparently not. According to
they've of course substantiated this with facts and studies, right?
Of course. And those facts and studies were: you're an idiot, you're stupid, you know what I'm talking about. And then people checked those facts, and they cited other people as their sources. So, commenter number 2 said, "I'm a dumbass," and then that was their. It's "Oh, look, see, this guy says you're a dumbass, so you must
you must be a dumbass."
An anonymous top player cited.
Yeah.
Oh,
A
God.
well-known fighting game news site said.
Oh God. Is it FGCNN? Because I think that's the only one that people read anymore.
Praise Scoops Newsman. Praise.
So, Hanzo, now that you're here, I guess we can all get this out of the way. Speaking of FGCNN, are you Scoop Newsman?
Yes.
See, there you have it, the SDR exclusive. We bring you the best all the time. It's not going to be anything different this year. We got the #1 stories for both Capcom, Arc System Works, Arca Systems Works, yeah.
Just ASW, dude.
ASW, and
easier on
SNK.
yourself.
We got all the exclusives, baby.
That's true, we do.
Yeah.
And so, since you are Scoops Newsman, how do you like when people call you Poop Scoopsman?
I love it.
Do we call you Mr. Newsman?
No, that was my dad.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, you're
I'm
a
just
professional
Scoops.
now, so you kind of have to.
Just Scoops.
You're a professional now, so you have to. You have to be able to be called Mr. Newsman.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. On my business card. This card says Mr. Newman. Even if I was Scoops Newman, I'm not saying I'm not. But, you couldn't tell. That's the beauty behind me.
That is true.
No
you
one
cannot
believes
tell.
me whenever I say anything. Even when I'm saying
well,
truth.
there's a good reason for that, though, right?
There's
You're
a very
fucking
good
liar.
reason, and I don't blame people. That's why. I'm very understanding of the reason.
Your entire Twitter feed is full of shit 99.9% of the time.
Yeah,
Sorry.
whenever Carter tries to be serious with me, I just gotta give him this look where I'm like, are you fucking with me? Because I'm gonna punch you, right? And then he's like, no, I'm really angry, and I'm like, what? Really? You can do that?
You have feelings? You're a person?
That's weird. I don't know how I feel about this. It's like that time where we were in Vegas and I was trying to get him to talk to those girls. He's like, I got something going on, and I'm all looking at Harrison for real, and Harrison's like, I don't fucking know. And I'm like,
You see, hold on. We're talking about being
No
in
comment.
Vegas and talking to girls. I mean, this Hell Pockets guy couldn't talk to the Tekken girls.
oh, come on!
Jesus!
You pointed them out to me as I'm
Blow up Monday
got a
right
mouthful of burger, and I'm like, oh, what am I supposed to say? And I'm
And
picking
you
up my
turned around.
spoon.
Oh shit! Oh my God! Ah, you lost your mind.
I did lose my mind because that burger was delicious.
now. Oh.
All right.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed that burger, though.
Yeah, enjoyed the burger. Not so much getting the weird looks from the Tekken girls.
Oh, those
Which Tekken girls? The Tekken girls that were hired for 2013?
I think it was 12.
2012.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I totally flubbed that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the Caesars Tekken girls.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Wait, that was 2012,
I got
wasn't
nothing.
Was
Caesars was
2013?
2013.
No, it was 2012.
2012, because 2013 was Paris.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm dumb.
Oh yeah, that's right. I always forget about Paris,
Yeah, I know, right?
even though we're going back this year. Whoops.
Everyone forgot about the Paris.
It's like, oh no, why this again?
Basically, guys, if people on stream, if you want to have fun with Hell Pockets and or Hanzo Gonzo, have them approach women. That's all.
I just do that on Hoonie Pop. I'm getting good at that shit. I've only failed 3
Yeah.
dates.
Oh man, that game is hilarious. I'm surprised I've never seen anything for it before.
I just try and fuck people on Dragon Age. That's what I'm really good at.
Damn. You've got all the moves in BioWare games.
My dwarf woman warrior whose name's Slut Bucket, she gets all she gets so much dick, it's crazy. I
Oh
love
my god.
It's crazy, huh? What's going on?
Hey, Alex.
it.
Ow, wow.
No, this is Walkman. The
Oh.
other person that sounds like him is also Walkman. Get it right.
Huh?
Jesus.
So Alex is EX Walkman now.
Damn.
He's been Walkman for what, 2 months now?
At
Really?
least.
Man.
Yeah. We determined this on the show.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I totally was the deciding vote on that. I think too, because they asked me, and you should know better. Everybody should know better than to ask me like the question that breaks the fucking tie, because I'm just gonna fuck it up.
Well, I mean, honestly, we just want the most entertainment, so that's why we ask you.
Thanks.
I mean, just being honest.
No, that's cool. That's why I'm here, because I love entertaining everybody. Glad you're here, Tony.
I'm glad I'm here too.
Shout outs to Amazon and giving you employment in the year 2013.
2014.
Well, the only reason he got the job was because he was on SDR. That's it.
That's true, because you were on SDR for 4 years, baby. That's
you-
commitment.
Do you guys put SDR on your resumes?
I definitely tell everybody about it, and I want my employers to hear me say the word "fuck" a lot. Like it's very important. No, but that being said, I'm glad I'm here too. Thanks to Amazon, I was able to build a whole new computer, and then once it all messed up, my RAM was all bad. Essentially, I was living the Kelly life with my blue screens. I just went out and bought some more.
Damn.
Okay, speaking of Kelly, how does she get a blue screen every 2 days? Like,
Good
this is why she's not on the show, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't. No,
her
real
computer
reason
is just
because I think-
perpetually blue screen.
Look,
That's it.
she got married in Final Fantasy 14 over the weekend. She's on her honeymoon.
Oh,
Oh wow!
sweet. Congratulations, Kelly.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yes, they
Yeah,
actually
it's actually
added 10%.
apparently getting married in Final Fantasy 14 is the shit right now. I don't fucking know, man.
I remember people got married in World of Warcraft, but they actually did get married. Like,
No, none of this real shit.
oh,
We're just,
so
just in
okay.
game.
So it's just the avatars getting married.
Yeah, just avatars getting married.
So if you divorce the people, do you get half their gold?
You know, I don't know how that works.
I would be the biggest gold digger. Like,
Well, now I know if I ever
Such a-
play Final Fantasy 14, I got to see if they have virtual prenups.
yeah, you gotta have a prenup. I would have a cute girl voice recordings, and I would play them over the mic and shit, and then get that e-money.
I like
just go buy myself all the fineries in Final Fantasy 14.
Hell yeah, some mounts.
It appears my keyboard and mouse aren't working.
Oh, that's lovely.
Well, you didn't need them.
2015
I-
and same
I-
problems. Good shit.
How do you get on Discord?
Oh, I'm on my laptop.
Oh,
Obviously.
okay.
Oh, there it goes. That keyboard just kicked on.
Just had to install that driver real quick behind the scenes.
I think so, probably because changing out the hardware obviously causes a lot of weird shit
Yeah.
from happening. But everything seems to be working fine. It's just installing drivers right now. The lights on my backlit keyboard turned on, so now I know it's good. Yeah, we're in there.
All right,
Finally, it's actually made with new stuff except for the power supply, which I reused from something else. I'm sure that'll die next, and I'll be really pissed.
Don't worry. Yeah, it's going.
Yeah.
It won't even disappoint you when it does.
It's not even that old, so if it does go out, I'm just gonna be like, "Ow!"
Mm. Well,
Come
that's
on, mouse, get into gear.
man. This guy just used a
Mouse.
touchpad. Jesus.
Us is just like, fuck off.
Oh,
I'm on break.
I'm on. He's not even like what do you need to do with your mouse and keyboard right now? I'm running the show. Or are you going to
There we
entertain yourself with other things
I was
when
gonna
you should
say
be
he's gonna
talking?
surf the internet. you're talking isn't that interesting.
This guy's over here pulling the Hideki Kamiya while I'm asking him questions.
Look, I just have the biggest issues because, you know, I want to get my computer in working order and just want to make sure that it all works. If, like, replacing the RAM somehow kills my mouse and keyboard, I think there's some sort of bigger catastrophic error.
Because that's the problem. You're not supposed to replace your RAM. You're supposed to download more RAM.
It seriously is so not funny anymore. Like, everybody's like...
it's actually really good.
You just made it funny again, dude.
I understand that. That's what I do. I make anything funny.
Tony.
But...
Tony.
What?
You should download more RAM.
See,
boy, oh boy.
On a serious note, like RAM is like fairly expensive for some people. Like with
If you're getting
computers getting
rip-gauge,
stronger, DDR3 RAM getting like more. It's getting cheaper, but it's still relatively expensive. Like, why spend all this money when you can just save by downloading the RAM onto your computer and bulking up your computer?
And with the upcoming nerfs for RAM, you know, you really need to get it out.
Right? And on top of that, when you download RAM, that means you have more money in your pocket, more money to stimulate the economy. You can go spend money at the store, and then boom, that just stimulates the U.S. economy. It does so much for the country. Anthony, aren't you a man of America? Don't you want USA to be the most prosperous country in the universe?
I think the USA is going to be more prosperous with me stimulating the economy by spending $130 on RAM. Okay, they're getting my money regardless.
They're getting your money regardless, but you can download the RAM for free and spend your money on something else.
Something not so selfish.
Spending your money on technology doesn't necessarily, stimulate the economy as much as spending it on, say, food.
That's right.
Or
You could
going
be
to the theater.
stimulating-
You could spend money on something else. So you can do this.
Spend it on frivolous ventures.
Thank you. You can spend it traveling. Traveling, believe it or not, stimulates the economy more. If you want to get really technical deep down, go buy alcohol, go buy tobacco. You will stimulate the economy much more so than buying RAM.
I'm
This
on
is
it.
just a fact.
Damn.
Thank you, Chris. Chris is a man of America. He
I
is
feel
a man
hella
of the people.
patriotic right now. Just God.
I bought Wingstop.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually gonna go to Wingstop because you mentioned it earlier.
Yeah, I might be doing the same after the show.
Because I didn't know it was some 60-cent day.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Monday. and
Wait, what?
Tuesday.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Mondays and
Yeah,
Tuesdays,
Monday and
60-cent
Tuesdays.
boneless wings.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
I also got these lemon pepper seasoned fries, and they're amazing.
Huh, there you go. But
So much for that weight I lost.
we all know you didn't really lose it.
I
You just
did.
misplaced it.
It's in my ass now.
That's where all my weight goes.
It's going to the good
Straight
parts.
to the
You gotta show off that fine booty, at the convention halls and whatnot.
Well, yeah, NCR, man. I'm gonna be like up in there and like in the shorts and everything, like pow.
Hip hugger jeans,
Yeah. Got
Like,
Don't wear shorts.
the 3-inch heels. Looking
I don't
fierce.
ever want to see you in shorts and heels. I'm putting it out there.
You're just jealous, okay?
That's true. I totally am.
I have seen him in shorts before. I gotta say, pulling it off, Chris.
I
Doing
am
an
pulling
amazing
off.
job.
Definitely
Okay.
got the gams
Nice
for
calves.
the.
Good calves.
He's got the gams for it.
Mhm.
However, the high heels, I don't know.
Nah,
I don't think they make high heels in your size.
probably not. I mean, no. Wait.
Yes, they do.
They probably do. There are definitely
There's no
some
way.
people.
There's no way they don't. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say that.
Yeah. Guaranteed. They might be hard to get, but I bet you can get them.
They make
Yeah.
Heelys for adults. Like there's no like
Heelys
footwear
for
that you
adults?
can't get. Yeah, you know those ones with the wheels in the bottom?
Oh
They make
God,
those
they
for
do
adults?
those for adults?
Yeah.
I need to get
They
on
made
that.
those for adults a long time ago. They're just like, did you want to have rollerblade wheels in the heels of your shoes and you're, not a child? Well, don't worry, we got them for you.
Are you looking to get fired from work and just eating Fritos every day on the couch? Well, here's your Healy wheels. Shit.
There's
Well,
actually
I'm right here, Chris. What the fuck?
actually where I work, there's a safety rule that states that you can't wear Heelys on the floor. So
What?
yeah,
Well, yeah, 'cause
That's
you
how
break
real
your
this
fucking
is.
neck, dude.
Someone was fucking cruising in some wheelies at Amazon and just fucking died. They just fucking took the air belt and got
Like that was
chopped
like it was like a double dragon death where the dude just fell into a black pit.
Why is it gotta be a black pit?
'Cause the pit was black and double dragon.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
That works.
Fair.
because there was
But-
only so many color palette colors they could have used.
If the pit was well lit, they'd be like, "Wow, that's not a scary drop to my death. I can see everything." It's the fear of the unknown. See, even back then, Double Dragon was teaching you psychological tricks.
So wait, Double Dragon was teaching you about stranger danger?
Exactly. You go into a dark corner, you might just die instantly.
I think Double Dragon 1 showed us about that, where you just stand on the street, 3 thugs walk up, punch you in the gut, and take your girlfriend away. You know
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
what's
that's
up with
just.
that?
I don't know why, but that seems to be like that happens in every game. I mean, like, except for the second one where they just fucking shoot her.
Why does Double Dragon happen in the Tenderloin every time? Like, what's
Right. Here's Marion just
Oh
waiting
my
outside for
God.
Billy. Like, man, he's late. He's taking forever to get out of a shower. He's doing his hair. And like, what the hell, man?
You know what? I just want to make a game where you're standing outside of the Capcom Pro Tour. Somebody comes up, punches you in the gut, and takes your streaming equipment.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure that actually happened this year.
Got like the Harrison special, like he's got to go fight, get his stream equipment back.
oh my God! You got a
Is that why
pop.
he's saying? Is that why he
Hold
was
on.
saying more than anything else? He's like, no, Capcom Cup, it was fine except for like little minor blow up. It wasn't too bad. The minor blow up turns out he had to go beat up street thugs to get his street.
You know what? Destroy the triad.
Hold on. What if Harrison?
Like the streaming part, that was the easy part this time, or that was the easy part.
Like, what if Harrison's journey throughout all this, like when he's going around beating up the street thugs, he finds power-ups and shit. Like, what if he finds like waxing for mustache, like the tip of his mustache? So the more he curls his mustache, the beefier he hits. That'd be some
By the end of the game, when he has all the power-ups, he looks exactly like Raleigh Fingers. He's got the big hat on and everything.
Wow.
God.
This is going to be an amazing game.
I think it'll be fun.
Mhm.
I'd play it.
We definitely came up with a new trailer for NCR.
It's just at the very beginning of the game, you just have beardless Harrison, and you look like a fetus.
Aw.
Take like
Shout out
plus.
to Harrison, my co-host
Oh, yeah,
on the
for-
show that sucks every
Oh yeah!
Tuesday.
Shout out to the
That's
show
our-
that sucks.
That's right. All right, so now that we've jackassed around for a little bit,
Jesus Christ! 30 minutes.
Thanks for killing time for me to get here.
Yeah, that was the whole point. We were just waiting for this guy to come so we can make the download.
we did mention downloading more RAM and color palettes. So the Guilty Gear 1.1 extra load test started this last weekend. It was, I believe, Friday, Saturday in Japan. I think maybe it was Thursday, Friday. I think it was 5th and 6th. So I think that's Thursday, Friday. And their changes that it came out are sort of all over the board. RAM lethal got hosed pretty bad. Kind of sad about that. Not
So
gonna lie.
that's actually a question I have for you, but we'll get to that later. Go keep going.
Zato got pretty nerfed, and then Amelia had a few. Her overhead, her 6K got nerfed, and Faust didn't get touched.
Faust did get touched.
Oh my lord!
react.
Far
They,
slash.
they,
barely
they
got
released
it.
Far Slash.
Oh,
It's not
I
as
hate
good
it.
anymore.
The hurt box has changed and he has less damage. And he has less damage on going my way.
A lot of people actually got less damage though.
That's true.
And then Elle felt the biggest thing for her was Pineberry got changed, but the rest of her stuff is pretty much still the same. So
She still has
now
ridiculous
you had a question you were going to say, Anthony?
So, having come from the old Guilty Gear games, when someone who played Johnny and essentially was forced to pick up a new character in this game, and now that your character is going to be bad, how do you feel? Like, what is the next step, course of action? Are you going to change characters again? Are you going to say that it's okay, it's just a look test that was just kind of a reactionary nerf that's not over yet? I'm going to play it out. Are you already thinking, forget this, I'm going to go switch to Leo or something? Like, what's the...
Honestly, well, so I think I'm probably going to stick with RAM no matter what. I do think it actually is just one load test. I think there'll be at least one or two more. But if you know anything about Johnny, in Accent Core, he was bottom 3 anyways. So if RAM gets pushed to bottom 3, I've been there. I'm used to it.
Just like back home again.
I've already accepted my fate. So
Just for
I
you, Paul.
definitely plan on playing her no matter what.
Well, the thing is, like, you had no reason to switch for, like, maybe a year, because we don't even know when this is going to drop on console anyway, so...
That's true.
You might be able to ride it out for, like, all of 2015.
You guys do know it's probably going to drop on console like a week or two before Evo, and it's going to become the game we play at Evo.
I think
I would kill everybody.
my honest guess is that I was saying this. I think all of February is going to be load tests. I think Japan will get the console patch in March, and we will get it in May. That's kind of how they worked with BlazBlue.
But wasn't the disparage between Japanese and American release, like physical release, like 2 weeks?
The physical release was, but the last time they patched a game like this, BlazBlue, the arcade patch went to console, and then console in Japan to America was 2 months in between.
Well, the thing with this patch isn't they haven't said anything about it being a console patch, just arcade patch so far, right?
Right, but I mean, obviously, it's patching more than just the console characters into arcade.
Yeah.
It would be extremely weird for them not to update it. Now, here's what I'm thinking is going to happen. They're going to drop it, and they might add a character to it, because I think we're going to start going on that cascading
that
thing.
could happen. I won't disagree with that.
Yeah.
What if they put Johnny in?
He's definitely one of the top candidates.
Yeah.
I want to play Johnny in the new game just for the heck of it, but I've played him for a decade. I'm more likely to stick with Ram unless she's god-awful.
Okay.
I do want to see how they port him in, because, obviously the biggest rumor is that because there are character models for Johnny and Dizzy, we're going to get those characters soon.
Right.
Now, nobody knows what soon means. Soon could mean in the next year. But that is sort of the going rumor, and who knows how true it is.
That's why I don't think it's a good idea for them to release it before Evo. I think they should wait. Of course.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna get it before Evo.
It's very likely.
And so I think that for us to get it before Evo and still be able to play it, I think May pretty much has to be the end of May. Pretty much has to be the deadline. End of May, beginning of June has to be the deadline. We at least need like a month.
Yeah, a month though, especially if there's a new character.
Yeah, I mean, if we get new characters, I'll say this: if there are new characters, then it could actually push stuff back further.
Right.
Because we're just seeing updated changes for the cast that already exists. If the next Float test they put a character into it, that could push the whole my whole thought process about when it would come out way further back.
But you think that would be really the best selling point for them? Not to us necessarily, because we're gonna buy it anyway, but for the people they want to capture outside of that market, they know now. Our ASW out of everybody knows they're gonna have to provide something different than just balance changes to get people to buy it.
Well, the thing about that is that I'm of a couple minds on that, which is one, Chrono Phantasma Extend comes out in April.
Mm-hmm.
That's their next big console release. So, are they really that worried about pushing Xrd console when it already came out in December again, or maybe they would stagger that even more? Because we're also going to get the console update to Persona Arena 2 sometime soon. They haven't even announced that patch yet. But it's going to show up before Evo 2 because the arcade version has been patched.
Right.
So I could see if they start adding characters to the new Xrd patch, that could go beyond Evo.
No, I would like it to, but I mean, it would pretty much have to at that point, because whatever character they end up bringing out, unless they were working on this character the whole time, during the first iteration of Xrd, it's probably going to be a mess.
Yeah.
I think that we need Gabriel in the game.
Wow. I don't know who that is.
Gabriel is Temkin's general, and he's a badass.
He's a guy with the
that
Tengu
guy.
nose.
Yeah. Cyborg 002.
So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that whole situation evolves, and if they want to do that now, or if because the console characters are sort of like the new characters for the arcade, if they'll wait until they do a wholesale new, I guess, a new update. Basically an Xrd reload before we get more characters.
Which would be very, we'd be okay with that, but maybe that'd be a free update where it just, they took a hit on that, just to catch up the console players to the arcade players. Because they're gonna have to do that regardless eventually, right?
Yeah, obviously. So that's kind of the thing is, the way they've staggered this in the past has always been, it's console comes out. And they've done this since BlazBlue. Console comes out, new characters get added to arcade along with balance changes. Balance changes come home. Then the cycle repeats.
Mm-hmm.
So, except for Chrono Phantasma Extend, which is actually going to be its own new boxed product. For everything But PS3 maybe, because they haven't actually said how the PS3 version's getting released. The Vita version and the PS4 version and the Xbox One version are obviously all new, so they're a whole new product, but there's been no mention of PS3 that I've seen. So maybe they're going to offer it as a full update, like a pay update? I don't know.
Do you think it's possible they wouldn't even offer it to PS3 at all?
That would be really weird, especially since Chrono Phantasma came out only on PS3.
Right.
I would feel like that would be shooting your audience
Completely
Yeah, just like why would you shoot yourself in the foot so bad like that by just basically cutting out a huge swath of people who bought your game? But
I
stranger
still feel
things
like
have happened.
Right, stranger things have happened, and I feel like they're kind of moving towards that already. Not just ASW, but just like developers in general. Like Exard was probably the first time where we saw like a game that was on PS3 and PS4, and the optimal version was obviously PS4, and the PS3 version was like a huge source of controversy, which it still is. We don't know what's going to be played at EVO, which version. Right now, it's PS3 looking pretty strong, but I mean, realistically, yeah, it's got to be PS3. But honestly, like, if we had it our way, we'd all be playing on PS4 right now.
It better not be PS4 for Evo, because that means a lot of people who want to play the game probably won't be able to play it unless they know someone that has a stick.
Right.
Or
Or
Evo provides
they're
sticks.
willing to drop $150 at Arcade Shock for that new Hori PS4 stick.
Damn, that product placement though.
That's right.
Pretty good deal, actually.
It is extremely good.
If it does get the PS4, and they do need sticks, as a way to advertise for Arcade Shack stick, you could just let them borrow them for the tournament, and get people played through.
That's something we've thought about. I think, like, not like seriously, not like we told Vin like, hey man, we should probably let this guy use one of our stock sticks, but like, I think maybe if Hori was cool with it, we should say like, hey, let's provide like some orphans some sticks basically, or something like that. Let's get some stick orphans some sticks.
Yeah.
But but that's basically the other idea that I was thinking of, is like if it is on PS4, will Evo have to just like hand out sticks to people, say like, okay, you can only play on this.
I think that it's not going to be on PS4. Is that basically there's just no guarantee that the player base is all on PS4.
Exactly.
And honestly, if you go online and watch people play online, which I will admit is not a full indicator of the consumer base by any stretch, but there's a really good mixture of PS3 and PS4.
Right.
Everybody I know down here pretty much plays it on PS3 in SoCal. I know like Josh and Steve both have it on PS4. I know Steve mostly plays on PS4, but everybody who comes over here, we always play on PS3.
Okay. And that's fine. But the thing is, like I was saying before, was that developers are starting to move towards that, like, we need to push the new system on them. So, like, a good example is, like, Xenoverse. Dragon Ball Xenoverse is coming out, and it's out on PS3 and PS4, and I believe both Xboxes. And the previous generations, they're clearly running at 30 FPS. Nobody knows what the new generation ones are going to run at, but we're pretty much sure it's going to be 60 FPS because the PC version runs at 60 FPS. And so you're literally losing an experience here by buying the old version. And I'm not saying it's bad business. Obviously, you have to do what you have to do to move product, and maybe, the hardware allows for this. Maybe the hardware on the PS3 isn't good enough for Exard to run without slowdown. I don't personally believe it, but, I don't know. I'm not a developer. I don't know what they put into it. But we're going to start seeing more and more of that, I feel like, until people just say, screw it, I'm getting a PS4. And I kind of wish it didn't go like that. I kind of wish people just wanted the PS4 and could afford it and get it.
Well, I do want a PS4, but I can't afford it.
Exactly.
Therein lies the rub. That's the other reason I'm also not playing Killer Instinct is I can't justify buying an Xbox One and a stick to play Killer Instinct.
Just Killer Instinct. And with
if
MKX
Killer Instinct was out on PC, like Steam, I would have given Killer Instinct a shot by now.
Yeah.
Easily.
And that's something
it's not.
We've advocated for that for years. So.
And that's kind of the thing, too, is that the other thing, not only is PS4 cost prohibitive in terms of a new stick, you also got to remember that I would imagine Evo assumes that Guilty Gear will automatically have less signups than something like Street Fighter, which is obvious.
Mm-hmm.
But then why would you also possibly cut into the number of people who are signing up by restricting how they can play it?
Right. And
So like, hey, not everybody has PS4 sticks. Sometimes you might be like, well, okay, we're going to run it on the best version. Well, the best version is PS4, but if you're going to have less people signing up to play because you're playing on the best version, how likely is that to actually be happening?
Exactly. And I think it's more likely that people who play on PS4 will be able to just play on PS3 with some minor discomfort.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like how, well, maybe a much less extreme case, like how other games have been going back and forth between PS3 and Xbox. You know?
Yeah.
Because the PS3 version of some games is like it's obviously worse in some cases. Like let's just say Marvel. So certain stages on Marvel on PS3, it's actually bad when there's several supers. It's not as game changing as people will let you believe, but it's still a minor thing, and it still can sometimes affect the match. Whereas, you know, something like a stage background being a little slow, I don't think that's really going to affect the Guilty Gear game.
No, I don't think so either. And I'm not saying you can't get caught up in that stuff, but you know, it's really hard to forget about what you're doing in a match because there's slowdown and zep, you know?
Yeah. And that's easily fixable if people just picture the stage. Like,
yeah. Now, I wish we didn't have to do that. I think we're a little bit, you know, it's 2015. Can we have a EVO without training stage finals? I don't think Guilty Gear even has a training stage, does it?
No, I was just thinking about that.
It has a tournament stage, though.
Yeah, that's the other side of it. And I think that's a great idea. I think that should be, you know.
I think it should be even more customizable.
Yeah.
You know? It's like.
Well, here's the thing. Sorry for the sidebar, but that stage you need a phone app for that shit, right? So you can put your personal information.
Is that how
into
it works?
That's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
I've been trying to figure it out for so long.
Like, there's no option inside the game, which I thought was the weirdest shit. I was like, why is there just not like an option to input words?
Exactly.
I'm doing that for tournaments if I can to actually change the stage.
Yeah. That's such a great gimmick, and it's impossible to use.
What you gonna do?
I'm sure someone's gonna find out how to use it for one of the majors this year.
I hope so.
What I'm gonna do
Hopefully before
is
final round.
I'm just going to ask.
Continue to advocate PC releases of fighting games, and you know, to make it so that you actually recognizes controllers when it plugs in, much like, you know, Skullgirls already does. Why don't other games do that?
Wow, man. You know why.
I
know
might be
exactly
a
why.
mark, but yeah. No, but you know what I mean. Like when you just plug it in, like not even like the type of stick, just like that it recognizes. Oh, you plugged in a stick. You know, rather than like you have to refresh the whole program because it doesn't refresh them whether you plugged in a stick or not.
No, yeah, that's really brilliant, and I like that because having to shut down a game just to have your stick plugged in between matches is like the worst slowdown into a turn. That could just kill a tournament vibe.
Yeah.
But I mean, we all know why the compatibility issue is, you know, going to continue. Same issue with like why you're not going to get sticks that work on PS3, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and PS4 at the same time. And I don't think that's even possible.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
That thing would cost like $1,000.
No.
You
we
get
selling
a mod
this?
for $150.
150 for all four?
No, for two. You need two of them.
No, I mean for all four. Like, you know, you're not just going to get one big universal stick. Yeah.
It'd be $300.
And it would be illegal as shit.
I mean,
nobody's cared
illegal.
about that. Yeah.
Well, somebody does, but I can't say it on this show.
I've been using an illegal stick since 2011.
Whoa.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave, Carter.
Dude, I've seen people fucking have wired buttons, so in vanilla Marvel you can block both ways at the same time. I've seen so much shit.
At EVO?
At EVO.
Ooh, that's sick.
Very prominent players using it. So.
I bet it was K-Beast.
Oh, wow.
No, man, he's
Got
said
him.
prominent.
Oh,
Wow.
he's prominent.
Wow.
He beat me.
Blow up Monday.
Once
Continue.
again, I said prominent.
Wow, this guy.
Look,
Damn.
what you don't understand is that the hosts of the show that sucks are, you know, Hanzo Gonzo and K-Beast.
Whoa.
No, it's Harrison and KB. Something.
Oh, you're right. Actually, you just like disappeared, and that's Harrison and K-Beast. Never mind.
Yeah.
K-Beast is awesome.
But so, kind of going back to what we were talking about, the original topic about the low test changes. The other thing that got changed was Blitz Shield got changed a lot. And that's sort of polarizing right now in how that's going to work. For those who don't know, Blitz Shield has been changed to trigger if projectiles hit it and the other player's character is close enough. What they're saying is range 0, throw range. That player will be rejected as well.
So it's almost
Not
like
just the-
Hakumen's
Not
counter.
just a projectile. Huh?
It's almost like Hakumen's counter then, where he does it against a projectile, and if you run into like the animation afterwards, you are affected by it.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Huh.
But it's weird because it sort of creates situations to. It seems like the entire point was to remove unblockables from the game in a lot of ways, because Invite Hell unblockable, or actually the Big Drill unblockable, would then, if you actually could reversal blitz it, would actually reject Eddie. He wouldn't get that anymore, which is of course one of the big things. So it's hard to say, and Milia also, they would also kind of hurt Milia's mix-ups if she tries to disc, and it basically negates the whole vertical chemical love YRC mix-ups.
Ooh, that's big.
So it's a big sea change for the game. I think in some regards it's probably not terrible, but I don't like it simply because it's, I mean, to be completely honest, it's just against what Guilty Gear's been for the last 11 plus years.
I think
Like-
it's a band-aid solution on a problem that they don't want to address directly.
How do you mean?
Like, so there's unblockables and people are complaining about it, and there's all this Oki shit, so they're just like, well, we'll just make Blitz Shield godlike so you can just mash out of it. But like, you should just make it so people, you know, the ridiculous offense isn't as ridiculous as it probably is right now. Like, you know, Eddie getting double unblockables, which they have addressed, and I think that is the problem. Double unblockables, not just single unblockables. I don't even think unblockables are the problem. Like, it's really just the fact that you can just kill someone. And like Milia's shit, I get it, but they can just slow it down, really. They don't have to make her overhead +3 on fucking block. Like, it really doesn't have to be like that. Like, I think there's simple things they could change, but this is just like an overarching, just fuck everything, like, you know.
Yeah. I think that what they should have done is they should have really gotten rid of Zato's unblockables because they're not fair, but instead replaced it with an infinite, because I think that is a way better solution. So that way, don't worry, you didn't get unblockable. All you did was get touched because you're a bad player.
I think you're right, Hanzo, in terms of basically they already started to do certain things in this game that were sort of trying to fix some of the problems. Obviously, lowering the hit level of Milia's over her 6K so as that it's not going to be plus on block anymore, even if you do guess right. Removing the ability to do double unblockables with Zato by nerfing some of the aspects of his character, like that's what they should be doing. They shouldn't be looking to increase Blitz Shield strength, because I feel like where Blitz Shield is now in Xrd, it's actually in a pretty good place. And I think that tweaking it takes it starting to get a little too close to parry, and I hate Third Strike. So there you go.
Well, here's the thing.
I agree.
Like with
Fuck
Blitz Shield already gave you properties, like when you did it and they were still like, and they were close enough, they may have not got rejected, but you were still not completely vulnerable to them afterwards.
Right.
So it was kind of like, yeah, sure, nobody's getting frozen. It's not like, it's not like parrying where like, you parry and everything stops. And you get the chance to figure out what you're going to do. They can still pressure you, but they just can't like automatically go for the sweep because you blocked high or you Blitz Shielded high on a projectile or something, right?
Right.
So it almost works perfectly by accident, because it doesn't look like something they did on purpose. It looks like something they were like, oh shit, there's invulnerable frames after a successful Blitz Shield.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it works best that way. Now, the idea of getting rejected by a projectile that was rejected up close, first of all, it doesn't make any sense. That just looks awkward.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It totally takes away everything that makes any sense in the game according to projectiles,
Yeah.
It's just
I don't know.
fucking certain characters. Like that's what they've been doing forever. Like forever, they've been doing that shit. Like when has Soul not been meeting?
Yeah.
Fucking Fireball. I forget.
Right.
The name. And then when has Kai not been fucking meeting Fireball? Like that's what they do. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I know it's pretty much all projectile pressure.
And people have been dealing with it for years. It's not even like the hardest thing to deal with from them. Like if you're worried about like meaty Gunflame FRC and reload or something, then it's just like, well, get a load of this other shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird change.
Yeah. But again, like we said, this is only first load test. I assume there's going to be at least 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, they usually do 2 or 3 within a 1 month period, and then the game comes out about 2 weeks after the last test. That's generally what Arxis has been doing with the past few games.
When each time there's something changing, right?
What's that?
Yeah, normally.
Each time something's different, so
But
Oh yeah.
that's fine.
the other changes across the board is Kai got pretty much universally buffed from what I could see.
Woohoo!
Sin got universally buffed from what I could see,
Woo.
which I don't even understand. Like, Sin got one change that made a lot of sense to me, which is 6P is jump cancelable now. I'm like, okay, that's good. And then he started getting buffs, and I was like, huh? Like, his slide is more plus now?
Why? I
I don't
don't
even
know.
understand.
His combo starter slide poke. Like is more
Yeah, it's like his DP always does the high pop up instead of being a sort of like a sweet spot, which blows my mind too, because that move alone just leads to so much damage.
Plus, it can be used as a DP now, and it always could be used as DP, but now you just get damage off it. It's crazy.
Yeah. So I was like, what? Okay. But other than that, across the board, Bedman got buffed from what Bedman players are saying. I don't know enough about the character to really know. I think it's I think his 2H got jump cancel on it, which is a good change.
Oh yeah.
It's
For
always
him,
nice
definitely.
to have that, but like, does it really need it? Was he really lacking that to begin with?
I don't even know how good. I don't think anyone knows how good Bedman actually is. So
Yeah, I think everybody just scared they get like mind fucked when he's over there just throwing hella shit at them, and they're just like, I can't tell if any of this is like circumventable.
You know, it's a change that they didn't do that I know upsets a lot of people, including Walkman over here. Potemkin's crouching slash, I think it is, not vacuum.
Mm-hmm. There's still no vacuum.
I don't
Don't
get it.
know.
I can't believe his 6P is not cancelable in this game.
Yeah, like
I didn't
This-
realize that.
yeah,
That's
I don't know
bad.
why. I don't know why. Like I can't
That's
explain
real
it.
bad. Like, why is it not like that?
they
I
need
would
give
like more tools.
His
for them.
changes are fucking not worth anything. I don't know what. Slayer
I think
got a
it's-
little bit better. People were saying that the hidden changes on Slayer are pretty solid, but yeah, Potemkin, I don't.
I think with Blitz Shield change, he actually is fine, but like he still needs a lot of things. Like they're just simple, like 2/vacuum. What the fuck? Like is it that crazy for him to have that? Like,
Well,
like-
apparently it was for about 10 years, and they're just like, let's fix some other things before we go back to that.
and 6P not being cancelable. Like what fucking crazy combos is he getting off of 6P? Just let him do another 40 damage.
Yeah, just let him rock. Like, let him at least do like
Let him get
shit.
a knockdown.
I just wish that they also would change Heat Knuckle, because it's just like there's no point to not extend.
Yeah,
ever.
that's true. I don't understand why
Yeah.
they made it like that. They should just make that the regular move at that point.
Yeah, it used to be. Yeah, there used to be a reason to do Heat Knuckle versus Heat Extend, and now there just isn't. Oops.
What a weird character.
Yeah.
Didn't used to be. Used to be the most dumbest character you ever saw.
It was only an AC, crybaby.
Hey, that lasted for a long ass time.
I mean, it did, but still.
Like that was like a long period of just like, oh man, like I got swept once and he was at a quarter meter. Well, here comes the fucking unescapable mix-up.
So what?
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with
It really
that.
wasn't technically inescapable.
I mean, there was options, but I wasn't.
What about the inescapable Potemkin Buster that you could do? Yeah. That was the best. meaty 5A. If you get that 1 frame Potemkin Buster cancel, 4 frame startup, and then you're +3 on it. 1 frame once it starts up, boom, you get thrown.
That's what.
Yeah.
You can always technically reversal backdash.
I don't care.
Ah.
So what? They backdash it, it whiffs, and then we're back at square one.
Yep, that's true. But yeah, some of the changes like Potemkin don't make a lot of sense. Axel finally got a little bit of love. With
he gets it back now because at first he was really strong.
He just gets to YRC Rensengeki and it still comes out. Rensengeki knocks down on hit. You can YRC the startup of his counters now, which is kind of good. It should help him overall. He needs it though because he's really freaking weak in this game.
Yeah.
Just he needs to spend 50 meter to hurt you at all, and the damage he does just is not enough.
It seems like that happens to a lot of characters in this game that aren't just like already
It's
strong.
because I think it's just the results of removing the FRC system. So many characters relied on FRCs to get their damage. When you take that away and you force the next level up to 50, some people just don't get the damage from that mix-up that the damage hasn't gone up to that next level where it justifies 50 meter. Like Axel and May both had that problem where they're characters who got all their damage off FRC combos, and then in Xrd, that's really get enough damage to justify that 25 more meter. It's why they're weaker characters. Honestly, it's why May is mid tier and not upper mid or top.
She doesn't need to be
bad. Everybody says that. But across the board, there are issues like that in this game, and it's a consequence of changing the game system without really changing the game.
Right. Like we all when Exard first came out, we all thought like, hey, this looks a lot similar to the older games, and that was really comforting. And then some of the new shit came out, we were just kind of like, all right, let's see how this works. And we knew they were going to do something to Blitzshield. We knew they were going to do something to new characters and old characters, and we just hoped that they would at least have an analytical look at some of it instead of just throwing darts at a board, which I still don't think they're doing now. It's just like when you talk about Potemkin, it's like, wow, dude, like do you see these matches? Do you see the numbers?
Yeah.
Do you see these nuts?
Oh, hey.
I think my mic's been muted the whole time.
What's going on, Anthony?
Not much, doing Anthony things.
Shut up.
Hey,
Anthony,
Alex,
stop.
there's no need to be rude.
If I'm Alex, then fuck all of you.
You'd say that anyway. The last big thing is that they removed YRC option select.
Oh, good.
Basically, if you try to YRC there, you'll always get an RC, or you just won't get it. So I'm not sure exactly how they changed the interactions to create that, but
that sounds like something where it would kind of go back to the old Guilty Gear style, where you had to actually time it correctly instead of just being like, nah, I want it now.
They probably just made it so bursting or... actually, did they remark about that existing against blitz shielding? Or was it only against bursts?
I think it was only against bursts. I didn't see anything about blitz
So they
shields.
probably just designated bursts to be a type of hit stun.
yeah, which would make sense.
Yeah. Which, if it still exists against blitz shielding, that's going to be kind of silly. Actually, I kind of like that idea. Like, games with parries that exist that way, like Soul Calibur 2, having everyone have a universal AG command, which is basically... or a BG command for that case. You just either one of your attacks, and then you just immediately cancel it. So it's a fake. Which,
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Spending 25 meter for a fake against somebody trying to counter blitz shield you, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
Yeah.
it. But the YRC option select, where you have characters like Elf, for example, has a really funny one where it's like, let me just do 2S gunshot. I have 25 meter. Did you duck it? Well, I just YRC'd in the 6H. Hope you didn't stick a button in between there. Oh, did it hit? Cool. I can keep hitting all the buttons, and I'm gonna keep getting gunshot.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great, great
as
time.
someone that really, really enjoys making choices in fighting games, option selects can kiss my ass.
I agree 100%. But I'm sure that there's still a lot of other things about YRC I wasn't liking that much that are probably still in it. Like the whole,
I'm sure.
you know. Like, the one thing I do like about Potemkin, and I hope they keep it in there, is the fact that when he gets hit out of his freaking charge, or gets hit once, he can still YRC off of it. That was something that was actually really scary.
It's the one thing he has to.
Hey, it's great, though. It's really strong.
Let him keep it.
Like,
There's nothing in the system that would make it go away. It's just a really smart idea.
it is a really smart idea. So I'm thinking, like, man, like, how can we build upon that, you know? Like,
Actually, the one thing that makes it really strong is how it eats inputs. So if people hold up to try to get out of a jump, they're going to get gripped.
Yep.
So they actually have to time up. But that's something I don't really care for. Like, it seems silly just to have something where you can, on command, destroy somebody's inputs.
It's like a charging parry, more or less, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
No,
It's kind of just like hitting the pause button on somebody.
yeah.
Like slapping the stick out of their hand and pot bustering them.
Yeah, it's
Pause buffering. I love it. Thought I was only in speedruns and stuff.
Oh god.
Oh, my Potemkin splits are on point today. I got my first pop buster within 3 seconds.
But that's cool. I mean, we'll see what happens in the next 2 weekends, and then I guess
Yeah,
in
I'm
May.
just kind of waiting for an announcement of the next load test at this point.
Yeah.
It'll be next weekend.
They're just gonna announce
This
it
weekend?
like this week.
By next weekend, do you mean this coming weekend or the weekend after?
It'll be this weekend because I just learned an hour or so ago that this Saturday is Valentine's Day, and anime nerds love Guilty Gear, right? So, what better way to spend Valentine's Day than to?
That's a lot better than what I thought you were gonna say.
I don't know what I was
I
gonna
thought
say.
you were gonna say something like anime nerds don't have girlfriends, so what better way to spend Valentine's Day than playing Guilty
Oh
Gear?
no, they have girlfriends.
I thought you were just going to make a Valentine joke. That was way too easy.
Yeah.
No. I want to make.
Damn it, that
like-
would. Oh yeah.
The character.
Yeah,
Or the-
Yeah.
There's 2 of them.
There's 3 of them.
there's 3.
They shut the fuck up.
Technically
Wait, who's
more.
the third.
Yeah, I know. It's just no, man. Paul ain't sat down with the story
Do
yet.
I have to?
Leave
Do I
it
have
be.
to go into it? Do I have to go into the lore?
No, you do not. You
Okay.
go back to playing Honey Pop, all right?
Because I'm just going to say that the first Valentine looked like Stoll's ex-wife, but that's all.
Whoops.
Oh, okay.
There's more spoilers.
That's not even a spoiler. Unless you're going to go play Overture, in which case I feel sorry for you.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Spoiling my spoilers.
Kai doesn't die. Spoiler.
I mean, everybody knew that already.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Kai don't die. He multiply.
Huh.
Apparently.
Is that how he becomes Robokai?
No, that's how he becomes Sin's daddy.
Oh. That's all I
Yee.
want. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not playing the game, but I really do want Robokai to come back because I love watching that character.
I think he'll be back. There's no reason for them not to include him eventually. They'd be stupid not to.
I want RoboKai Mark II to come back.
This guy.
The best part about Robokai is the taunt where he makes the umbrella come up and he just points at you. That shit's the best.
What's his little shuffle thing where he's all like, "Ugh."
It's the Kai dance.
That's
a
fucking,
shuffle, dude.
that's the shit, man.
Whenever he beats Kai, he does the shuffle.
I'm better than the original.
You should like, I'm gonna get a gif of that, or and then like put it to a YouTube video, and then be like, gonna get some cold cuts today, and he's doing the shuffle.
Get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts. Woo! 39, that's me, lady.
Oh my god. But switching gears, I wanted to talk about NCR. Registration's open. Hopefully everybody is getting on that. If they feel like going, it's once again at the Plaza Holiday Inn. Was it Crown Plaza? Yeah. Crown Plaza Holiday Inn. I haven't looked at it myself. I haven't looked at it myself, but is the voting open yet?
Yes, the voting is open.
Yes, it
so
is.
when you register, it'll show 4 official games, which are what is it? Melee, Smash 4, Marvel 3, Street Fighter 4, and then there's like about 15 to 20 other games that you can vote for.
Okay. In that case, that's cool, but I had a question from DK High FGC who welcome back, sir. We haven't seen you in a little bit. He actually wanted to know, like, what do we think constitutes an official game? Because, I mean, we already know that what the main lineup is going to be, but that's pretty much like it was more or less limited to, at the time, maybe 4 games or whatever the fucking Evo lineup was, which is pretty much the answer to that. But I guess he wanted to know. Let me read this. Because now the reg is open for NCR, I just want to know what constitutes an official game. I'm glad we get to vote with our dollars for side games, but I feel like we're being patronized a little bit if you're not a Capcom or Smash player. If I hustled hard and got the crowd from 37 Reloaded and then some of the 3S and CVS 2 at NCR, if my game got more interest in Marvel, is it not an official game?
No.
Well, there you go.
Sorry.
Here's the best way to look at this. You have to realize a couple of things. One is whatever an official game is always up to the TO, whether any of us like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, NCR is a regional. Like, I know people want to call it these things majors, but the damn thing is, it says NorCal Regionals.
Right.
So
Well, is that what the R stands for?
yeah, right.
No, no, it's correct.
Look, I don't like the fact that
It stands
you
for
know, I
New
don't
California
like
Republic.
Oh,
Thank you.
I don't like the fact that there's only 4 official, quote-unquote official games at NCR, but at the same time, I'm just a few hours away in SoCal, and I'll probably drive up for it. Because I'll get to see friends, I'll get to hang out, I'll play a few games, and I'll probably drink way too much.
Well, then we'll go to Burgers and
Sick.
Brews like 8 times a day.
Yeah.
Burgers and Brews, because that
Can we
place
just
is
hold
fucking
the tournament
legit.
there? Like,
Yeah, can we just be there? Can we be at the venue next door where Snoop Dogg played last year?
I don't think they're gonna be like. I don't think they would be against that. Like Burgers and Brew, like they're pretty like happy to see us.
Burgers and Brew, I haven't been there, but where is it at in relation to the hotel? Like, how far is it?
It's in the cool area.
Yeah.
It's in the cool area. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm not cool. Where's it at?
It's next
Oh,
to
shit.
it's next to a event, like a concert venue. I don't
There
know.
was a bunch of well-dressed people there when I went.
Okay, I've never been there. Then.
But
Burgers and Brew was dope, and they had a really good tea that they made in house.
Oh, I did not try this. I did not know.
Yeah, it was really delicious.
All right, so I'm
But
looking
so
at this.
I do think that for people who are outside of California and you don't play Capcom or Smash, yeah, I really don't see a reason to motivate people to come.
yeah.
Not saying that I'm sure that the NCR would like them to come, yeah, but for you, I mean, your game is only going to be $5, and that's not a lot of incentive to make travel plans.
Now on the other side of that, if you guys really want to do it, come out. You know,
Yeah, do it up
get
big.
get the people together, do it up big, get the votes in, make it the biggest turnout there is, and it's probably still going to be a side tournament, but you know, at least you guys came together and ran a good tournament, like you guys did last year. The third straight tournament was awesome.
And I want to point out for NCR, it's still one of the only tournaments that has that after area gaming section where the tournament is, and it's after hours, and it runs pretty much all night. And you could bring whatever setup you want in there, and there's a fuck ton of people in there, and they all want to play games all fucking night.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
you can,
true.
A lot
That's
of
true.
people.
Yeah, last
you
year
can
was-
be loud, you can drink, you can do whatever the fuck you want. Like, it's
was
very
that,
nice.
Wasn't that where Chris was getting stupid with the Dragon Ball Z game last
Oh
year?
yeah, on
You
stream.
mean beating the shit out of everyone in Dragon Ball Z?
That was fun. I beat the fuck out of Flo, man.
Yeah, like, that was the funniest part. Okay, so he really did beat the shit out of Flo. I thought Flo would beat his ass because Flo is really good at just random games. And when I saw Chris beating the crap out of him, I'm like, oh, Chris must be the one losing. And their side, they must have like be sitting on different sides. And then I see Flo complaining. I'm like, oh, Flo's wow. Go, Chris, go. Yes.
Wouldn't even shake my hand, dude.
Yeah, Flo didn't shake his hand.
He don't want it with the
Salt.
champ.
Sorry, that shit's hella sweaty anyway.
Salt.
Salt.
He doesn't
So,
have
yeah,
the flow you do, Hell Pockets.
But that's kind of the thing is that there are a lot of Air Dash or anime players up in NorCal. There are a lot of people who play the older games too. If they come, all the tournaments will be good.
Yeah.
I think the people that I want to see the most probably show up to NCR that aren't, in California is Vegas and Pacific Northwest. I hope those guys turn out.
I think we might get some guys from Vegas. They're usually pretty good about coming out to California events.
Pacific Northwest, I'm not too sure though because they have Northwest
Yeah.
Majors.
Those majors a month,
There,
man.
you can. It's pretty cheap though if you take the train. It's ass if you take the train, but it is cheap to get to Sacramento from Pacific Northwest on train.
It is?
Yes.
Does that work the other way too?
Yes, I think so.
Do you know how much it costs us?
I have no fucking idea. The last time I looked was like last year, but it was very very reasonable. I think it was like $100 round trip.
If I have the ability to do so, maybe I'll do that and go to Northwest Majors if I can.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, I was planning on going to NCR no matter what this year, just because, but it'll be good training for Northwest Majors if I can manage to make it up there, just for Xrd. So, plan on playing at NCR anyway.
So, for those who don't know, let's see, there are 6. Yeah, there are 18 games that you can vote on. I'm just going to list them all off for you guys, and some of them are I don't see it getting in, but whatever. KOF 13, Killer Instinct, Dive Kick, Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate, Xrd, Street Fighter Cross Tekken 2013, ST, Third Strike, CVS 2, Skullgirls, Soul Calibur 5, Soul Calibur 2, Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, Under Night, Marvel 2, Persona 4 Ultimax, Tekken Tag 2, and Blaze Blue Chrono Phantasma Extend.
You know what's crazy about this?
Hmm.
I thought Xrd would make the list, honestly.
Yeah. Like, well, okay. So, this is my thing with all this. Street Fighter's gonna get numbers. Marvel's gonna get numbers. Okay, I'm sure Xrd would get numbers too. The problem is, just the past few years, and the NorCal community hasn't really shown up too much for a lot of stuff. Like, especially last year.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
So, I mean, I understand why they're not committing to making certain games like an official game or whatever, but Xrd it's the new game. It just came out. People are playing,
and
you might as well throw the shit in there.
No, totally. And then on top of that, like, you know, you'll have things like we know people are going to show up for it. Like,
yeah,
the NorCal community will show up. The anime community, they're already planning on showing up for it.
The only downside is right now, the way it's set up right now, a lot of people will be turned off by the fact that it's a quote-unquote side event, when it's not going to be a side event. It's just you need to vote to get it in.
Right, that's something that people need to be...
Nope. Stupid, fucking, randomly, arbitrarily decided numbers and figures that are addressed to these fucking things are going to decide how I fucking feel about things. I'm going to sit here and complain.
Yeah.
The only reason I
This
think
is a
it's
major-
stupid... That's why I think it's stupid, because DOA was voted in one year. It had 150 or 200 votes. The motherfucker, there's 10 of them that showed up. So you know what? Like...
Oh, yeah, that was
this-
some
this
bullshit,
time-
dude. That was
it's different this
BS.
time. Yeah, this time around you actually vote with your money.
Yeah, so that why I think it's better, but in the past it has been stupider. So like at least it's getting better in that respect, I guess. Like,
Look, the
Last
only
asshole.
voting I have seen where people voted for their game to get in and actually showed up, and there was no money involved for the vote, was Melty Blood at Evo a few years ago. That's it.
Man, that game, that was awesome. I liked that moment.
Yeah.
That was a good year.
Yeah. So many people were upset.
Oh yeah.
They're like, Melty Blood, what the fuck is that shit?
The best part was like how the community got that. They actually showed up, they played, and then they graciously bowed out. They're like, that's pretty much all we need.
I wouldn't say graciously, but they did bow out when they needed to, so.
Yeah.
And then watching them play their pools was great. Those guys were excited for everything.
Yeah.
They were louder than the entire crowd in the front. There was some shit.
No, that's the thing about Melty players is that a lot of people used to give them shit for just like not being open enough with, you know, their scene. And I mean, back then nobody was really. But yeah, you know, when they came out to Evo, a lot of people were just like, wow, this is the Melty scene. Like, these guys are actually pretty cool. And then people were like, wow, Spooky plays Evo. I mean, Melty Blood. And like, yeah, what the fuck did you expect, man?
Yeah, exactly.
He was all about
Did you
that
know
shit.
that notable anime players G-Una and Lord Knight also played Melty Blood?
Mm-hmm.
No way.
I
I'm not
have this
subscribing.
really old.
I thought they got started in Ultra. You mean there were games before Street Fighter 4? Or Marvel 3? There was a Marvel 2?
no.
No, I guess not.
Marvel 2 is a shit game. Marvel
Yeah,
2 's
when they say
fucking
10 more years, they mean
10 more years without the Smash, 10 more years without Marvel
No,
2?
10 more years means in 10 more years we're gonna get another Marvel game.
Yeah, right. And it'll be for iPhone probably. So.
Yep.
the microtransactions.
Yep. Oh, micro. That's one thing we got to bring up. MKX microtransactions.
So is it confirmed or is it rumored?
No, this is sort of just speculation based on what an interview with some people marketing from NetherRealm.
I just want to know what they would
And
even do it
basically,
with.
they didn't rule it out. And I think the more interesting thing is what constitutes a microtransaction in terms of fighting games these days.
Yeah, like what are you gonna buy?
Start off the round with full meter, take half damage.
Oh, this is
The
gonna be
only
like
thing
some.
I can think of that's actually constituted of what we would think of as microtransactions are the gems in Cross Tekken.
God.
Yes.
So
You know, they call them microtransactions, but you know they should be pennies, not fucking dollars.
Well,
Pennies
I
are
don't-
money.
I don't see why MK can't have microtransactions for single player content, because I do think there'd be a not a significant portion, but a decent amount that would actually pay to get through like arcade mode faster and shit like
yeah.
that. And while we see it as fucking stupid, other people will see it as, you know, cool, and they like cheats and shit.
Well, that
And-
shit happened way before
Yeah,
that. That shit's
cheats.
been happening since
Not-
like Tales of Vesperia.
Not microtransactions to get something, you know?
Well, the thing with the
no, but see, that
microtransactions.
would honestly, but that's actually really. Hanzo brings up a good point. That'd be cool to actually like have cheats for single player mode be like microtransactions. Like you could do weird stuff for like local game as long as it didn't affect online. Like you could even have like a microtransaction to like unlock something like weird big head mode or something like that. You know, just for
You guys are
people who-
advocating the spending of money to alter a model on a character.
I'm not advocating you buy it. I'm advocating you sell it.
Yeah,
If
these
the
guys are
option.
idiots, Tony. Let's go play Dota.
No,
Wow.
That's a conscious decision that I decided to make.
Yeah, you
That's-
can't
that-
talk
that's
shit
the
about
op-
anybody else,
No,
though, man.
no, I can talk shit because it's ridiculous. I mean, even in Dota, it's ridiculous. Like, let's
You
put
have
it-
you have a problem, I think, man. You got to take you to
Let's
rehab.
put it into perspective. Let's say Mortal Kombat X came out completely free. Every character, you get the full experience, and the only thing that you paid for is costumes. That's perfectly logical. I can understand that. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. You have every character unlocked. Nothing hurts, you know, your gameplay. You don't have to unlock different styles of character or anything like that. You know, that'd be dope. But this is something completely different. We're talking about a full retail $60 game with a $30, pack, and then they want to put more microtransactions.
Yes, I
Blaze
don't see
Blue,
how
baby.
they want fucking money, and if it's not affecting your competitive online experience or at tournaments, what does it matter? Does it even matter? Does it matter that
kind
other people are spending money how they want to
I
spend
think it
money?
should.
No, I understand that people are spending money how they want to spend money, but you know what's also more something that I don't agree with is the fact that we're taking away content from our games and just putting it behind a paywall. That's stuff that has been normal and you know the same way it's been for years, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh wait, we could just charge for something stupid,
Well,
you
we
know?
couldn't download content back then.
See, now here's the difference. I agree with you in terms of say stuff like the Cross Tekken characters being on the disc behind a paywall. Definitely, I see that. But if we're talking about actual new costumes, stuff that's not on the disc, stuff that they create further down the line just because they might want to have something different. Like I'm talking about even like zany stuff. Like, hey, now Sub-Zero looks like a clown. I don't know, man. Somebody wants that. Shit. So why shouldn't they be allowed to make stuff like that?
And charge
You know,
money for it.
I think you're completely right. Actually, I think about it, Paul. I mean, we're just established that the metagame has changed. We're not going to play GoldenEye through 00 agent mode in order to unlock double rocket launchers or big head mode or DK mode like you were talking about. Nah, let's not do that. Let's take the metagame to where we have to work our asses off to get content in the game that should just already be there. You know, we're not actually unlocking the game's content. We're not spending time to play the game. We're spending time at our jobs to get money in order to buy content.
I mean, who actually spends the time to unlock that stuff anymore?
I don't know. People do. There are people that are completionists.
Okay.
There are the
But-
people
You
that
have
do
time
that.
to
There
do
are a certain community of people that
But-
will 100% a game.
Let's just take it to let's say Guilty Gear right now. You can buy Sin. You can actually just pay money to play Sin, or you could spend time and get the fucking watch the arcade or watch the story mode, play arcade, fucking do trials, and you get the money in it and you can unlock it. Are you okay with that, Anthony? If the cheats are in there, but you have to take a significant amount of time to get them, or you just pay for them and you can just unlock them like that.
I mean, that's fine too, but I mean, like, whatever happened to cheat codes? There's no such thing as cheat codes anymore.
Well, yeah, because they realize they could charge you for the cheat codes, man.
Yeah, and that's.
I mean, now
that's-
here's the thing. Now you're 100% right, and I'm not saying you're wrong to be angry, but that is business.
I think video gaming has evolved past cheat codes, the novelty of it.
Oh
That's all.
yeah, big head mode, god mode, fucking slow motion mode.
It's not just that. It's like it's Okay, I don't want to go and start saying, "Hey, it's slippery slope." But if you look at the examples that have happened,
You
with
are the
gaming
Alex
now-
Jones of the FGC. Jeez.
Damn, got him.
with the way that the industry is developing, it's like, oh, it's just this, it's just that, it's only microtransactions, it's just cheats that that would have normally been in here. It's not a big deal. But look at games that we've had 5-hour single players that have no proper ending. Mass Effect 3 with the shittiest endings of all. It's like, oh no, we have a DLC later ending, or even like what is that game called? The Capcom one, Ashura's Wrath. The real ending is behind a paywall. You have to pay for it. You have to go, and there's the extra things. No. Let me continue, because that's a load of bullshit. I mean, you have a game, and it's like, it's not done, but it's okay. We have DLC, but DLC essentially means that, remember those expansion packs we talked about that would expand upon your whole gaming thing? We're selling you a piece of the pie, and then you got to fill in the rest of the pieces. It's the missing piece by fucking Shel Silverstein. You're fucking looking for that missing piece, and you got to spend all this fucking
Catch the
cash.
dragon.
Why are people buying it still then?
Because people are fucking stupid.
We're
Why do
addicted.
people
We
still-
have, we
no one's
have
to blame but
addictions, man.
yourself.
Like we.
No, I'm gonna go. Since you guys want to make fun of me, and you guys
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna continue with this. I'm gonna start going crazy. I'm gonna start making allusions to Nazis. I'm gonna bring up. I'm gonna bring up homophobia into this conversation.
Oh my
It's all
God.
the same thing, man. No. It's just
So
like.
here's literally my point, though. Like, you're right about stuff like Mass Effect 3 not having an ending, and Ashura's Wrath locking the ending behind a paywall. I'm not disagreeing with that. But what I am saying is that there's a big difference between that and then saying that you're not satisfied with a 5-hour game experience. Like, 5 hours for a game experience is fine for me.
I think Tony is just lamenting the decline of video gaming because it's becoming bigger and shittier. Like,
Actually-
I really enjoyed Halo 2, but Halo 3...
I say you say that, but that's exactly how I feel.
Actually, Tony, I think I figured it out. So these games you're complaining about, I think you're just playing shitty games.
But the problem is that almost every game is bad.
You need GameFly.
Well, there you go. Stop playing games. Just do what I
I mean,
did. Start
so-
reading books.
You
Tony-
need to understand as
First
games
of all-
have become mainstream, like every other form of mainstream entertainment, the majority of it sucks.
Tony, let me tell you a story about how bored I was this morning.
Wait, is this a Hanzo story on SDR?
I didn't sleep this until like 10 a.m. today, and I just sat there for 3 hours streaming NASCAR 2003 and just going backwards on the track because I had nothing else to do. And I understand your feeling of games are being shit, but you can't just go crazy.
That actually got me fired from working at Sony.
No, like, okay, so here's my biggest complaint. So we see the decline of video gaming. So we have our AAA titles that get shoveled down our throats because, just like they said in Metal Gear Solid 2, what people like is what's on top of the charts. But who made the charts? We did. People still buying that.
We did.
People still buying Call of Duty. People
Yeah.
still buy the same game over and over again, and it's making millions of dollars, and that's what people like. But people, they like things. They like Panda Express. They like Chipotle. They like the typical standard shit that just shoveled down their fucking throats.
This is getting
They're
dangerously
completely
close.
complacent with that. But we also have the pretty much dissolve the like third-party developers are pretty much dissolved. Capcom puts out nothing good. Sega puts out nothing good.
Nope.
Konami, when have they put out a good game? Like, come on. It's been so long. Like, there's no such thing as a third-party real, like, there. People complain, there's no third-party development. All of your Xbox and PlayStation, like, exclusives are shit, by the way. and people complain Nintendo has no third-party, but at least they actually have some decent quality titles that they put out themselves.
I just want to point out
Along
that
with that, we have more developers. We have independent developers. And what could we be doing with all this, workforce? They're making the same game over and over again. Too simple. Oh, so you love Super Meat Boy? Check out my clone that actually has less, of a mechanic in it. But instead, we have this other thing where you can dash forward. But it's essentially the same game, except just kind of more, I don't know, like even more simplified than before. And then it's like there used to be consequences for losing in games. Now it's just like throwing your head against the wall, and then eventually you're gonna break through.
This is all true, but at the same time.
So why am I the bad guy? You guys telling me I'm 100% right. You telling me
Because
I'm
you're mad about it.
Yeah.
You're mad about it.
Because
Mad about reality.
you're just acting like you're the only rational person. You think other people don't realize this has happened? Of course.
But then
What
I
you
don't
don't understand is that there are people who play video games of all ages.
Yes.
Kids don't care that you've played every Call of Duty game. They don't care that first-person shooters haven't evolved since 1995. They weren't alive in 1995. They're going to play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 25 because it's the first game that they're playing.
In a commercial.
Yeah, and that's new to them, and they like that. And you know what? There's always going to be a cavalcade of new players who want to play the big thing.
That's why they're big.
That's an
That's why
experience
they're the big
they've never had. It's not played out to them.
It's the big thing because that's what we tell them is the
It's the
big
big thing because
They're depriving
PSO2 ain't
children
out.
an experience.
This goes back to ethics and gaming journalism.
God damn it.
Oh my God.
Don't even. Holy shit.
9.8 out of 10 to Call of Duty.
Fucking aneurysm.
I'm leaving.
I like that. I'm leaving.
No, but you guys understand what I mean, though.
No,
It's
I
just,
agree with you. And I understand what you're saying. But the point is, like, if I'm over here trying to make a book selling you a product that I painstakingly made, whether you think I pulled it up my ass or not, I'm not going to give away anything for free. Especially if, like, I have a history of doing that and thinking, like, wow, man, like, good thing they like my game. It's breaking my back. And, like, like, the industry is going to be huge one day. And one day we won't have to worry about, all this shit we gave out for free because they'll just love us anyway. No.
anyways, the moral of the story.
Anyways, nothing, man.
I need you all to go to soundcloud.com/LordWalkman and download my mixtape. Fire, fam. I'm dead serious.
Your mixtape is ass.
No. Hold on. I've listened to his mixtape. The first like 4 minutes are shit, and that's where people usually stop. If you keep going on, it gets much better. There's a part where he does ramble on a bit about something silly that has nothing to do with music, but it's for the most part, I give it a solid like 8 out of 10.
Ah.
Solid 8 out of 10. Like it's good.
Well, would you give
SoundCloud.com/LordWalkman.
Oh.
No, but seriously, like it even kind of goes on with that. I mean, maybe we're just oversaturated, so it feels like there are less quality games because there's so many more
Of
out.
course.
But at the same time, where are the people that are really striving for excellence, or like the people who are like the Kickstarters, where they have all this ambition and they get all this money, and then it ends up being a 3.3 million all over again, and we get fucking shat upon. Like what
I'm gonna
happened?
tell you
They're all
right
just
now.
Ted DiBiase's, man.
You know what happens with ambition? You get fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, who cares about ambition? Where's their fucking discipline?
What
You know what
discipline? If they had discipline, they'd be getting paid to do the fucking games already.
I mean, you have to understand too that you were not ever going to have the beginning of video games again. Like video games began, and in all of our cases on this show, we were pretty much around for it.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw a part of video games that is never coming back. Like that whole weird creative period where people got away with making really stupid games that became things like Metroid and Mario Brothers or the original Sonic. That's not coming back.
We wouldn't
There's
like it
going
even
to
if
be
it
creative-
did.
New Sonics.
We wouldn't even
There are
like it
going
even
to
if
be
it did.
creative people who make creative games, but you're not ever going to see that explosion of new things that become established titles ever again. It's just not going to happen.
It's the same problem with Hollywood. Let's just remake the same movie over
Same
and
problem
over.
with music. I mean, look how pissed I am
Yeah, it's
about
same
the fucking
problem with-
Grammys.
It's all
Fucking
art is like that.
Tenacious D wins best fucking metal performance in the Grammys. You telling me like, like, come on, man? Like, what the fuck?
It's the same thing. Metal Gear Solid 2 said it best. It all sucks.
It's like,
Everything
man,
is bad.
That's all
Wait,
art,
what did
man.
Metal Gear Solid 2 say?
this is why, and this is why Tony.
Where Hal Emmerich had that really creepy storyline with his sister and dad.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
not what. That's
Is
not.
You got the wrong part of the story out of it.
Look, the thing is, you're taking excerpts out of context for like our conversation and making me look like the bad guy when you're.
You're over here supporting some
I
dude
figured
fucking
it out,
sister,
I figured
so.
it out. No, I figured it out. I thought about it for a bit. I played Metal Gear Solid 2. I know what you're talking about now. You're really curious as to how Vamp, who is a vampire, got out of that fucking deoxygenated water that he should not be able to escape from.
Deoxygenated water.
Nano
What the fuck?
machines, you fucking.
It's all
idiot.
Nano
Oh,
machines.
Nano machines? Fuck.
It's the fucking
Nano
wall
machines.
rider.
Nano machines.
Hold on. I want to talk about something real quick because Chris brought it to my attention. So the other nominees,
Mm-hmm.
best metal performance this year, were Anthrax, Mastodon, Motorhead, and Slipknot.
Yeah.
I could give a fuck about Slipknot, but Mastodon's right there. What the fuck?
Mastodon's right there. And the funny thing is, Tenacious D wins for a cover of a Dio song. Anthrax also nominated for a cover of a Dio song. Both songs on the same tribute album. Neither one of them should have been there.
This is some straight bullshit.
They won on a cover?
They went on the cover of fucking Last in Line.
That's crazy.
Yes,
I
and
didn't
it
know
wasn't
that.
even Tenacious D style. It was fucking distorted. There were no acoustics in it. It was just like
I'm really,
Jack Black singing.
you know what? I'm really glad I didn't pay attention to the Grammys, and now I'm really sad that you guys brought it up.
Yeah, it's like, do you want to pay money to hear Jack Black karaoke The Last in Line?
Why didn't
'Cause
Kanye
apparently
come
a
up
bunch
with
of other
fucking
people did.
Tenacious D one? He should have done that.
Yeah, seriously, Kanye should have just went up and grabbed the mic and be like, you know what, fuck it, and just stomped it and farted in Jack Black's
Or
face.
like Tenacious D's nuts.
Ooh!
Okay, so Spider Carnage, a good friend of ours from Australia, sent us an article titled "Valve warns CS:GO tournament players against gambling on events." So he wanted our opinions on this article, which basically is saying that.
Fuck Valve.
Okay, yeah, that's nice. So it's basically saying shit like, if you are in any way, shape, or form competing, holding events, or doing anything involving CS:GO in like a tournament way, you are considered an insider. And if you make any kind of bets on any of the matches, that's basically illegal. You get not illegal, but for Valve, you get punished from Valve. Okay.
You shouldn't publicly make bets if you're involved with puck.
Obviously.
Yeah, let me fucking Pete Rose over here, man. Come
Obviously, yes, I know.
Don't be Hanzo Gonzo.
So, what are your thoughts on this?
I think if I'm guessing right, this is tied into that whole team of people who basically got busted for like cheating and fixing games, right?
Yeah.
That I think is a little bit further removed from just betting on games, but I definitely understand that Valve is basically going to be pushing for the increased integrity from a quote-unquote professional standpoint of their games. So, of course, the last thing they're going to want to see is people who are throwing events betting on matches.
Exactly.
Because it seems like they could have some sway in those matches. Even if they don't, and they can't, the appearance of such would basically indicate that it could happen.
It destroys confidence. It destroys trust
Exactly.
between sponsors. It's just like us with the whole Chris G shit at fucking Final Round and fucking Fnatic, where they were just like, wow, this is a really weird looking Marvel match, because these guys played their asses off for the last 3 days, and now they're complete garbage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I think that's perfectly it.
That's pretty much all that is. Now,
So
if they
I think
get better at it, then fine.
I think to an extent, obviously, when it comes down to competitors and there's a lot of money on the line, most of them are not going to be swayed by the TO trying to, be, hey, you should throw this match so I can win a bet. But I think it's a good law. It's a good rule to have in place, obviously, especially at this sort of early, it's not that early, honestly, but it's sort of still the formative years of the whole esports as an actual thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not just this ragtag group of people who play games for money.
It's called grassroots. Okay.
Thank you. That was the word I wanted.
Now, what I want to spin this question to is, when do you think something like this will be put in place for the fighting game tournaments?
You mean
I
side
mean-
bets? Like for side bets?
Yeah.
So, so you're not. No one is allowed to make bets. Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it doesn't happen, but
Yeah,
you
of course.
can't do it publicly. And if it does happen, it's literally for $1. So who the fuck cares? I'm sorry.
But you have
So-
insider information.
not an official
according-
rule, though.
There's no insider information for fighting games though, because
There's no official rule either, though.
There isn't, but there is. I'm sorry.
It's an unwritten thing.
Right,
in
it's
some
pretty much
cases.
Via yelling at you on stream saying, stop side betting in front of the camera,
In regards to side betting for a crowd, that's a whole different thing. I believe anyone should be able to side bet. I think it's part of the
Well,
culture.
it wasn't the
No,
crowd, it
this-
was the players.
This applies to people who are playing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically what this article applies to is, so let's say all of us are CSGO players on different teams. Okay, if I bet on one of your matches, like Hanzo Gonzo versus Hell Pockets, if I bet on that match, I get penalized for it because I have quote-unquote insider information.
You do.
Because I talk to
Honestly-
you guys.
Honestly, having seen friends bet on friends and then the friend losing and the people getting angry, I've seen it a lot of times on questionable matches, and I don't think there has ever been a big match fixing scandal where someone bets a lot of money on anything possible.
That would just be too obvious. I think if anybody ever went
it's
above
too
like
obvious.
4 digits, then they would just be like, "Fuck it, you can't do it."
Yeah, and like I've seen people lose in questionable circumstances and have almost fistfights with their friends. So like, and these are top 8 matches at Evo. So like, you know, I don't think it's not as shady as people want to think it is.
Well, first of all, it's not a good idea. We're in Vegas every year at Evo. We should be able to find a way to fucking make this legitimate at this point, if it's gonna happen like that. But you know, need to get sanctioned.
But well, we're running up on time here. Anybody got anything else they'd like to hit?
I totally did, and I totally forgot now.
Register for
Oh.
NCR.
I think you hit
Be sure
enough,
to say
sir.
that.
No, I think I do have something to say. Actually,
Oh, damn it.
Since we're going into the new season of SDR, I just want to say to all the people over the years who are haters, we're still here. Where are you? Other than being a sad, divorced individual or
Wow!
someone else, you're no longer here, and we're still standing. So. Fuck off.
Remember when you were gonna start up your own show because you didn't like ours?
I was going to bring up something completely different. Jesus.
Fuck the KOF community.
So anyway, what I was going to say is NCR, be sure to sign up for it. You guys have until March 15th to sign up and vote for the game you want to get in, or side game, whatever. If you register and the game that you register for doesn't have enough entries, you will get a full refund. So you don't have to worry about that. Also, if you're looking for a PS4 stick, Arcade Shock's got you covered. $150 Hori PS4 Hayabusa Kuro parts, everything. Boom, go to Arcade Shock. $150. Boom, boom. Pre-order.
Alright, hold on,
Bam,
I'm gonna put
bam,
that up on the
bam.
stream. Put that up
Damn,
on the
it's a
stream.
lot
There
of
we
bing
go.
booms
There we
going
go,
on.
right there. Bam, look at that
Bam,
shit.
bada
That's
bing, ding,
fucking
ding, bang.
beautiful.
Quick, quick,
Bing,
I
bing,
just had
bing.
to, I had to channel my inner Basrud. That's what I had to do.
Look at
Quick
that.
question.
Bing, bang, bang.
Is it still only work on PS4
Bada
or does
bing.
it also work on PS3?
PS3 and PS4.
Oh
sick.
my god, it's cross-compatible. They saved everybody's lives.
I might actually have to get one because that's the nice one with the side buttons.
That's
yeah.
the biggest deal I've ever
That
known.
is
Yeah,
the
the side
fucking
ones.
shit, and it's not as expensive as other PS4 sticks.
Yeah.
Won't say which ones.
All right, cool.
Anybody else?
Yeah, I actually wanted to point out just a quick correction there on Carter slipping in the fuck the KOF community. We like a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
Just how we like a lot of people from a lot of communities. I just want to go on record as saying, fuck a very specific set of you people.
4 years, baby. 4 more.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do for
we'll
our
keep
5th
going.
year? Shit, we gotta figure out something. Maybe we get a new intro.
All right.
Sup?
Well, now that we're done with that, thanks everybody for listening to this, hopefully the first of many in another year of us bullshitting around. So from everybody here at Super Desperation Radio, good night and good luck.